In this first video of the year, I want to talk about a resolution that many of us business entrepreneurs have, which is to publish more content. Several of my clients have reached out and said, all right, this is it. I want to start publishing either through an email list or through social media channel. And the first thing that they think about is to make a plan, which is probably a good thing, right? Except that making a plan puts you in the mindset of deciding ahead of time what you will be able to talk about. And I noticed that it can be challenging. I noticed it for myself. Years ago, I wanted to start publishing and start sharing my insight through writing. And I started making a plan and I got stuck. So I hired somebody to help me make that plan, write for me, and so on. And the more I invested this way with this kind of rigid mindset of controlling everything, I would schedule out, to go out, month and months or weeks and weeks out, the more I was petrified, the more it brought rigidity to my process, and the less I really tapped into my creativity. Instead, I reversed this order, changed my mindset, and thought about themes versus topics and subject and titles. In fact, that's the approach that I use for those videos here that I post on a regular basis on social media. I go with a theme, but I don't know exactly where this theme is going to get me. I have a loose idea, for a message, for something to say. And then I think about it. Sometimes I just jot a few notes down to crystallize the point that I want to share. And that's it. But do I know what I will be publishing tomorrow? No, I have no clue as of today. Sometimes I have several ideas a day and I record several of those videos or post several articles. But this approach gives you the freedom to experiment with themes, to know what makes you excited to talk about and what resonates with your audience. Through the videos that I post here, you'll probably see this video on YouTube. If you do see it on YouTube, I get insights on YouTube. I get data about what people think of this video, how much thumbs up or comments or likes I through engagement, right? Through social media engagement, you get that really important piece of data, which is how does this resonate? How does this align with my audience? So start loose. Don't constrain yourself yet into a rigid plan that will make you disappointed because along the road, along the way, you decided to change your mind and talk about something else. In fact, last night I was on Instagram and a video popped up on my feed, a video from somebody who's promising that in one afternoon, I will be able to plan 1 year worth of content. And I think this is a very valid promise. It's a very valid offer if you've already experimented with your ideas quite a bit, in fact, or if you're talking about a subject that has been discussed already many, many times. But many of us, because of the nature of what we do, are innovators. We want to think about new ways of doing the work we want to do. And we have a loose idea. We have some principles. We have inspiration, but we don't know quite yet how to articulate those ideas. Sometimes it even takes months or years, or I've heard decades for experts to wrestle with this idea. Like, my methodology is now called strategic narrative. And I started experimenting with that wording years and years and years ago. At first, I had a definition for it, and then I realized that I was getting confused with my own ideas, that I wasn't clear. At some point, I was clear, and then I got back to more facets to this idea. And it took me years and years of writing and publishing and video editing and video publishing, I mean, to realize what I really meant by those two words. So give yourself that freedom as you start this year. Start with a theme, not a hard-coded, set in stone resolution that is going to lead you to something rigid and fixed. Give yourself room. Be lenient with how you express your ideas. However, be precise and disciplined. Be disciplined in showing up every day to explore those ideas, even if it's just for a few seconds, a few minutes, a few words, but show up consistently without dropping the ball. Create that streak of uninterrupted presence in front of your audience to discuss the ideas that matters to you and that create the core of your expertise and your perspective. This is a topic that I explore in the module of the strategic narrative methodology called perspective development. I had blank for a second. Post holiday, blank, right? So give yourself that freedom, give yourself that room, give yourself that just relax with your content. Don't be so perfect before you want to get to the professional level of the maturity level that gets you to being a professional in your topic. Be an amateur. Learn to love the content, to love the theme, love the topic that makes you resonate, that makes you excited, and just discuss it and just explore it. Ask yourself the questions that you would want your audience to explore, and don't fall into the trap of setting in stone a rigid plan before you even know how to articulate those ideas properly. Once you have explored, after that, go to the next level, level 2 of your content, and get there. And after that, you can look back and see out of all the species of content that you develop, what worked, what made you more excited, what resonated with your audience, and then take these pieces to the next level, if you will, and build a map then. But at first, I would rather see you start as an amateur with less planning and more spontaneity, more creativity. All right. I hope this is a refreshing message for you, and I look forward to seeing what you publish online. If you want to share it with me, please add a comment below this video, and I will go there and check your work. Thank you so much, and happy 2024.